Hello and welcome to Tea Transitions, the podcast for women building a life abroad.
Hi, I'm Farah Baker.
And I'm Rose Davenport.
We're here for the real stuff, the highs, the lows, and everything in between moments in your journey.
And think of this as your warm pause in that very chaotic moment, having honest conversation over a comforting cup of tea.
So whether you're starting fresh or finding your way, you're in the right place.
And without further ado, let's pour a cup and dive in. So, Farah, who we've got today?
We have Siti, who is based in Maryland, North
Welcome,
Beach, correct?
Yep.
welcome.
Yeah. So welcome, Siti.
Hi, Farah and Rosie. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And thanks for squeezing your hectic schedule to join us. So, yeah, we will dive into a snippet of your life. What's your transitions seem to be? And we go from there.
Okay. Well, I'm Siti Caufman, married to Todd for 22 years. We have two children. Tazi's 29 and Tejol's 27 now.
Wow.
After they finished school and moved out, Todd and I moved to Maryland while they're still in Pennsylvania.
Okay. So when you first came to the country, was that where you ended up in Pennsylvania?
Yes, but in 2003, after we got married, Todd, it was perfect timing. Todd had an assignment in Beijing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where we went, 2003. We went to Beijing for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the girls was 6 and 4 at that time.
Okay. So let me understand this. So from Singapore, right? You got married in Singapore and then you came here in 2003 and then you went to
We went
Beijing.
to Beijing in 2003. We moved to
Mm.
the US summer 2006.
Okay. So tell us about the experience of, moving to Beijing.
Well, we thought it was perfect timing because
Mm-hmm.
Beijing has similar culture, similar food, familiar faces, and only 6 hours away from us.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought that was perfect for the girls and myself.
Mm-hmm.
6 hours away if anything happened. But the weather was rough though. We
Mm-hmm.
moved in the middle of winter from Singapore to Beijing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was rough.
That's rough. Yeah.
It's the first time we, experienced winter, so it was a bit rough, the weather.
Mm.
But where are your girls then? Did they join you in China
Yeah,
or were they in
they,
Singapore? Okay.
they join us. They're
Mm-hmm.
with us 2003, yeah, after we got married. Yep, we moved to Beijing.
Okay.
It was exciting, so we don't really feel the struggle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It's a good experience. We were fortunate to have a sponsor, they call it, where
Mm-hmm.
family welcome us.
Mm-hmm.
They even cooked dinner for us that first night. They answer all the questions that we had. And we live in a expat diplomat community, so
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
they're in the same situation. So
Ah, okay.
so I don't have any problem. There's always someone there,
Mm-hmm.
answer our questions and all.
Ah.
So
So basically this host family, so to speak, uh eased you into
yeah,
living in Beijing.
I
Okay.
learned a lot
Okay.
from them. They are away from home, all of them. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
90% of people living in that compound was
Mm-hmm.
expat or diplomat. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I learned a lot from them. Like first thing it was the house, you make it your own. You paint it if you have to. You put pictures of your family, you
Mm-hmm.
decorate back home.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things.
What
Mm-hmm.
about language barrier? Were you able to speak
Well,
Mandarin? Ni hao ma?
yeah, I have to learn Mandarin. I have to learn Mandarin, just the basic to go
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
shopping, just the basic Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have to learn the language, the culture, which is very nice.
What
Mm-hmm.
about fears? Any fears, or hesitation when you moved from Singapore to China?
Well, it's rather we are in the excitement stage. I was a single mom 5 years before I met Todd. So that was my first become a full-time mom and married to someone who's different background and culture. It's like a learning experience every day. So that 2.5 years really a learning experience. Know each other, know the kids. It was
So after that, you went from Beijing, you came stateside, right?
really
And
nice.
you've been here since. Now tell us your experience coming from Asia to another part of Asia and then now coming to the United States. That must have been quite different then.
Yeah, it's a really a culture shock to me.
Mm-hmm.
But living in that compound in the US, most of them are American, so I am really, uh, they all have US culture. When we move, it's not really that bad. But then I moved to a really Timbuktu, 3% white, and I just tell myself I need to get out. I didn't drive that time. So for 3 months, I stayed at home. Once I know how to drive, I start school and then really meet people then.
So you said you started school, you continued your education here in the US?
So Todd suggested while the kids started school in Beijing, why not I take the US high school diploma? That's what I did. They go to school, I just take my diploma. I work towards the end of the assignment. Then when I move here, I have no, there's no question about getting my transcript from Singapore and all that. So I already have a high school diploma, so I continue my study from there before I start work. I thought I need some skills, know some people, really learn the culture, know the people before I start working. So that's I begin. I start school first.
So backtrack a little bit from Singapore to China, then China, America. I know you're very close to, to your family. What's the hardest thing that hit you really hard, the thing that you leave behind? Was that Singapore, the ambience, the food, your family? What was that?
Well, come to think of it, it's like I miss all the birthdays. I wish I could be there when my brother lost his wife, when my sister lost her husband, and all the weddings. I miss that. But then again, having said that, I met so many people here. We have our own community here, which really fill the void of
That's
missing
good.
family. So we just, it's been interesting.
So you kind of like, and I think this is like for most of us, we don't have our own family here. And as such, our community becomes our family,
Family.
right? Your family of choice here. And you said you missed those key events in, your family's lives. And I think it's the same for all of us. Okay, we can get over the food, we can
Yeah,
recreate,
just get the
yeah.
ingredients here and try whatever,
Yeah, but you cannot take or replicate that experience with your close family,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue here. Now, when you came to stateside, you kept saying you live in a compound. Was this a
Oh, that's
military
in
compound?
that's in Beijing. It's
Okay.
State Department.
Mm.
They put all their diplomats there. But
Okay.
here I live in Pennsylvania. It's up in, it's very cold
Ah.
in the hill when nobody's there. It's
Uh-huh.
like really Timbuktu. I even one time it was so cold I had to drive to my mailbox. That's
Wow.
Timbuktu.
Wait, how
Yeah.
far is your mailbox? Out of curiosity.
That it's that bad, the snow, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Huh. What
But after a
treats?
while I get used to it. So
Mm.
it's just the first few times. It's different the weather in Beijing, the winter in Beijing and winter in
Oh yeah.
It's been
Let's talk about the culture shock here in the US. When did you have that aha moment that you really have to be on your 2 feet, be independent, do everything on your own because of the fact that Todd works, the kids are in school, you trying to build your own life and be you, just like how you were back at home. I'm sure you were working back at home. What did you do and remind yourself that got to do it? What was that?
not much different from, yeah, like you said, Todd's traveling all the
Mhm.
time. So I just told Tazi the other day, she was saying that she's working full time. How is she going to finish this high school? I said, you know, Todd was very supportive of me, whatever I want to do. But the fact that I'm working full time, I got my degree and got my credential, having to raise two children practically by myself because Todd's always away. And I made it. It's you just keep yourself busy and you don't think about all this noises,
Yeah.
It is a culture shock, but you made friends. There's regular people out there. You made friends, and yeah, like I said, I just push away the noises and just push it through.
Okay.
Tell me your experience raising your girls here. I had my own opinion on that. Was it easy?
Yeah, I raised two
Exactly.
teenagers basically by myself. There's ups
Mhm.
and down, but it's, I guess every family had the same experience. It's always there's a good and bad.
Mhm.
It's hard. I always have someone to talk to back in Singapore and co-worker.
Mhm.
They practically have the same issues, with kids and
Mhm.
house and all that. So it's not just get help. I just get help from friends, co-worker at that time, because I'm not really close to the Malay community around me when I was in Pennsylvania. So co-worker, they're the best. They helped me a lot.
Yep.
So when did you first build a relationship with, say, the Singaporean or the Malaysian community?
Well, I met Anna.
Mm-hmm.
She's my first Singaporean clique.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like I have a sister close by.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably a year after I moved to the US.
Okay.
Todd's friend knows Anna, and that's how we met. At
Okay.
Small
one
world.
dinner
Yeah.
party. And you know what? This one time, I also met a Malaysian at Walmart. That was the very first time. I forgot her name. Gosh.
So random, Walmart.
And she and her husband was speaking Malay. I was like, oh my God, I have to approach
Oh my
them.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I did. So I
Mm-hmm.
did. And then I get to know her, and she told me about some Malaysian in New Jersey, went there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was like, oh my God, they speak Malay.
Yeah. You just need that
Yeah.
one connection, right?
Yes.
Who will then, if you put yourself out there, will put you in touch with other people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
Cool.
can
So
really
funny.
relate to that moment you mentioned there because here too, I mean, I got to know all of you later, right? And I'm on my own pretty much here. So whenever I would be out and about, if I understand the language, especially Mandarin, which is plenty of them here, I will try to communicate just to make me feel,
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
I miss that. So yeah, that was fun. But throughout all of that, I mean, in the midst of everything there, was there anything that really stands out? Any moment that really stands out? Because, we all came from Singapore. We have a certain mentality. We have a certain expectations.
Mhm.
And you mentioned where you live is pretty out there. Um, how do you take care of your well-being? What kind of steps or ritual that you practice to give yourself that moment that it's okay, telling yourself that you're going to be okay?
I think it's the food. You know? Yeah, just to have the same food, asam pedas and all that, mee goreng.
So
Mm.
you cook then, you cook the food.
I cook, yeah. We
Mm.
I know you're a good
every
cook, but I just
Sunday.
want to confirm.
Don't tell anyone. Yeah, I just cook whatever ingredient I have. It's just a taste of that. Like also said, I decorate my house like my
Mhm.
mom would decorate.
Mm.
All the the symbol, Allah symbol,
Mm.
everything that that we had at our home in Singapore. I put that all over the house. It just make me feel at home.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, wherever I
mhm.
go, that's my home.
Yeah, yeah. So you keep in touch with it and it comforts you. The decoration or the food, it
Teachers,
reminds you,
food,
yeah,
you feel home, away from
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now, how, in terms of, you say you cook all this, the local Singaporean food, and your children, do they eat this kind of food? Because I am assuming, they've been quite immersed in American society
They
right
were
now.
4 and 6 when
Mm,
we moved to Beijing and then eventually to the US. So they ate all the food. So they
yeah.
loved it. Yeah. So I
Okay.
even now that they're on their own, they just eat Western food. But when they come here, they would want mommy make nasi lemak or mee goreng or whatever,
Yeah. Mm,
satay or whatever, just to taste. And I'm glad they did and remember all that.
yeah. So
Mhm.
there is a part of them which is still very Malay in that
Connected,
sense,
yes,
right?
yes,
Connected.
very.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
always talk to their dad in
Mm-hmm,
Singapore, to my mom, and then they visited,
mm-hmm,
so it's very rooted to the
mm-hmm.
culture, the Malay culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
Cool.
there any moment through those ups and downs, right? Was there any moment that you talk to yourself and finally tell Todd, I've had enough, I'm moving back? And if so, what happened? Because I
But
know I've got my moments, you know,
uh, well, the only moment was the kids already left, and then only me at home and Todd's
being an empty
traveling.
nester.
Yeah, empty nester and Todd's not at home. Oh my God. But
Oh,
you know what? It's all in my mind. I think optimistic is, I always stay optimistic and not to hear the noise, which we
Mm,
always hear. So
yeah.
no. And Todd said, if you want to visit your mom, go ahead and visit. You want to visit your kids, go ahead and visit. So I
Mm,
have yeah, I'm, I'm glad that I have the opportunity to do that.
mm-hmm,
So I'm not really feeling trapped or want to go back home. I
mm,
always find something to do. I have to do something. I did gardening, I did knitting,
mm,
so I don't really listen to the noise. Of course, we have that, it's
a
mm,
human.
a
Yeah.
frustration. You
Yep.
have that, but
mm.
try not to. It's easy said than done, but
That's
I
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Now, you are currently employed, correct?
I
You're
am
working.
working from home
Okay.
for an insurance company. I work from
Mm-hmm,
home. Thought I had to go to the office every
mm-hmm,
day. He's a federal worker.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm 9 years with the insurance company, and I'm
Wow.
happy with them.
So what do you see for yourself and your family in terms of, oh, maybe more you, because your kids have their own life now, for you and Todd, in the next few years? What does the future look like?
Well, we can't wait to retire.
Uh-huh.
And travel. If we have the opportunity, we love to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And we already have a small house, so we don't need to downsize or anything. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we just love what we do right now. We love,
Mm-hmm.
like I said before, hiking. We really enjoy that. And
Mm-hmm.
our newfound hobby, which is photography. So Todd's into it too right now.
Oh,
So yeah.
wow. That's
Yeah.
cool.
You take some real nice
I do.
Thank you. I
wildlife
try.
photography. Yes, nature photography.
I
Beautiful.
really take it seriously.
Mm,
I took online classes,
mm,
make it better and all those classes. It's not easy. It's like learning to drive. You have to learn, how the car function and then practice to drive. It's just like that. It's
mm.
like the camera phone. It's so different world.
Yes, yes. It's a totally different skill to,
Yes.
point and shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in terms of you mentioned downsizing. Now, a lot of us have this issue, right? Living in the United States, especially where
Are
we
you
live in
talking me or
bigger
you?
houses.
I'm just
Both of us.
Right?
How difficult was that?
To downsize, it was
Yeah.
easy because we love it here.
Mm-hmm.
We love to go to a different small town and just, during summer, and we came across North Beach. It's not crowded.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's the thing. It's close to the bay and it's
Mm-hmm.
not crowded. That's the thing that attracted me. I was like, how come this place is so nice, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
crowded at all in
Yeah.
summer? So we bought this place thinking that we're gonna retire here.
Mm-hmm.
But we love it so much, thought it got a job in DC, and we said, you know what? The kids moved out. Let's move. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what we did.
Mm. And how long has it been since you're in North Beach now?
5 years, I think.
Okay.
wow, time fly.
Yeah.
Time
Love it here. In
fly.
fact, right now, there's a First Friday, they call it. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of food trucks and concert and stuff downstairs.
Mm.
Later, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Nice.
You guys should come around when they have this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, T Transitions podcast is catered to women's journey, right? And what we love is we are having this conversation, sharing stories, untold stories, which I mean, I know you, we've been friends for a while, but some of the stuff that you're sharing, I was like, oh, never heard of that. What? So if you were to be given
Yeah,
if
so
you were to be given an opportunity to give advice to other women who are in the midst of thinking about moving, what would your advice be for them?
well, I always tell my girls, if you have the opportunity, go for it. You
Mm,
know, it's not like everybody got that opportunity. Keep an
yeah.
open mind, do research. It's
Mm,
easy to find out about certain place. Um, yeah, just enjoy it. Go for it. You'll make mistakes.
Mm,
It's okay to move back. It's okay to make mistake. It's okay to move to a different area of the place. But try it. Go for
mm,
it. That's what I would say to my kids.
mm. Now,
It,
saying you say do research is easy. I'm sure in 2003 it was a different
Oh my
scenario.
God. No, that's why looking back, I would say I would stay longer, know about the culture. We had
Mhm.
a helper. That's
Mhm,
the only culture, through her. We know her family. We went to her house, like tiny little house, and we just learned the Chinese culture through
Mhm.
her
mm,
because our community mostly are American,
yeah.
and I work in British Embassy in US Embassy, so most of them were American.
Right.
Hmm.
I work with local too, and that's why I said if I were to look back, I would tell Todd to stay longer there.
Mm, mm.
It was nice.
Do you think that staying okay, because you were in a compound, I suppose you didn't have a choice. That was for work, right? If
Mhm.
you had an option to stay among locals, would you have done that? Would
Uh,
that make you assimilate faster?
yeah, I would. I think so.
Mm,
Learn their language, cook their
mm,
food. It's very different from Singapore Chinese food. The
mm-hmm,
Beijing food was so good.
mm-hmm.
I would try.
Cool.
It would be interesting. I don't
Yeah,
know how long I would last, but it
yeah.
would be interesting.
Yeah. No, because when you go somewhere, you want to open yourself up to the culture to
Yeah.
understand more. Otherwise, you're kind of like if you stay in an area where it's insular
Correct.
and
Mhm.
it's only a certain kind of people live there, it makes it kind of restrictive,
But then
rather.
again, I'm from Singapore, so having to know people from the US is a different for me too. I'm
As
learning
well.
like
Yeah.
so many
Mhm.
things at
Mm-hmm.
once. I would love to learn Chinese culture. I know
Mm,
everyone in the staff there, so I
mm,
learned Chinese through them. But then
Mm.
again, when I'm out with the other expat or diplomats, well, I learned the US culture. So it's two
mm,
different things. So it was interesting, but I would love to
mm-hmm.
just go local.
Yeah.
Sounded like your transitions to two different countries seems pretty seamless
Seamless. Yeah.
compared to some of the stories that we've heard, like
That's
Mm,
what
especially
we
this girl
thought.
too.
mm.
What then have you done for yourself in terms of taking care of your own self and well-being in the
Mm.
midst of all those chaos?
Like I said, I always keep myself busy.
Mm.
I never touch the soil in my life. So I do gardening. I even do meditation. I like I said, knitting and all those stuff that I never touched when I was in Singapore. Just learn new things.
Do you still do that now?
Not really. I have a new hobby.
Oh, excuse
Yeah.
me. Yes.
But yeah, I always keep myself busy.
Mm,
Like I said, I go to school, I go to while working, and I have
Yeah,
two kids, and just keep myself busy. So I
that's
don't.
the key.
Yep.
That is the key, because otherwise there's just too many stuff. Overthinking
Yeah, you
will
overthink
impact.
of
Yeah,
stuff that
will
you don't need
impact
to
you.
think.
Mm.
There's so many things, so many problems with the kids in the house, and I don't wanna overthink about stuff that
Mhm.
I don't have to worry about at that
Mhm.
moment.
yeah.
That's good. Very good. So the last question, we are almost time. The last question we have for you today, if there is a quote or a mantra or tea you turn to when you need comfort, what would that be?
Tea, I
And what flavor if you say tea? What's your favorite flavor?
well, the chamomile was it?
Ah, you
You,
like chamomile? She
yeah.
likes things very calming.
I tried.
Um,
It made me sleep.
Yeah.
Not think,
that's cool.
And
Mm,
I remember a quote from I love Dalai Lama, so I always
Mhm.
choose optimistic. It feels better. So that's how I look at life.
mm,
It's unnecessary. Life is so hard already. It's unnecessary to keep, the noise in. So
Totally agree.
yeah. She keeps using the word noise, and it's
I
true.
know.
How does one shut that off or
not
stop
easy.
listening to it, because the more I call it entertaining myself, not in a good way. If I keep on at it, and sometimes you just have to either look at someone else's issues and realize, you know what, I have nothing to complain about,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
I used to do that. Watch news, and bad news will make you, you know, feel
Depressed.
better of what you have. You're
Yes.
grateful for what you have,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and good
that's
news
right.
make you feel good.
Yeah.
hmm
We are all blessed, you know,
Very blessed. Yes.
right?
Exactly. So
Rose?
here we are. In today's episode, we have Siti's untold stories, which I'm very happy for her and for her family to be where they are today. If today's episode resonated with you, please hit the subscribe button, leave a quick comment below, share it with your friend. And if you would like to be our guest, please DM us or email us at hello@transitions.com. We are also on the other social media platform like Instagram, Facebook, and of course, TikTok. So here, every story matters at T Transitions, and we are so glad you're part of this space, City. Um,
Thank you. Thank you,
with
Gwen.
that, you're welcome. Take care, be kind, and keep showing up as you. Till the next conversation, ladies, I'll see you soon. Thank you again.
Thanks,
Enjoy
Siti.
your weekend. Bye.